Hello and welcome to a Moho Climbers climbing video. For those of you who don't know us, we're Naomi and Rob, a mid-40s couple going on motorhome adventures and trying to improve our bouldering. This video shows our experiences of trying out the recent comp climbs at our local climbing gym. We started with the easy climbs, using them as a warm-up. Made it to the pink climbs and Rob was still cruising. They did start to get more difficult. I was really pleased to get the flash on this one. It was quite a scary last move, and I probably would have chickened out if it hadn't been the climbing comp simulation.
This pink was obviously designed for shorter climbers, although once you got past the first hold, it wasn't too bad. My turn to try this pink now. I have to admit this is the kind of climb I would normally avoid. Quite big moves on horrible slopers.
This is much further than I thought I would get on a climb, and I did start to get scared here. Couldn't work out how to get to that final hold. So this was my first fail. After I got down and looked at the climb, there was a small foothold out to the right, but I would have had to have cut loose to get to it. I'm not sure I would have been strong enough to do that. So now it was my turn to try this purple, and I found this hugely frustrating because there was one crux move that I couldn't do because my arms weren't quite long enough to reach the holds in the same way Rob has. I had to let go of the lower hold when catching the top one, which resulted in me barn dooring off the climb. I tried it again and again. The last attempt of the day, I even tried some alternative static beta. But I wasn't strong enough to do the rock over. I gave up that day, but I did come back to this at a later date. I got some advice from some of the shorter squad climbers. And once I'd managed to stick that crux move, I was able to complete the rest of the climb.
This climb wasn't too hard, although I think I should have gone up with my right hand here rather than my left. Feet go slightly out of sequence here. And I need to come back down to change feet. Got it.
So this was me trying another purple climb. This was my flash attempt. And I struggled to get the good part of the hold. After a few attempts, I did manage to stick the good part of the hold, but then accidentally put my foot on a green. This was another climb I came back to later, and I unlocked it by going up with the left hand. I did copy other people's beta on this. And once again, once I got that crux move, I was able to work through the climb. The feet weren't great, and it took me a while to work out what sequence I needed to get them in. But I was happy to get the top, even if it was after our comp simulation.
This was my second attempt at this purple, and it's actually much harder than the climb looks. There's I think a 10-12 degree overhang on this. Although I did get it in the end, it wasn't the most comfortable of climbs. swing is completely wrong here. Although I do finally get this climb on a different day, today it wasn't to be. I was optimistic about this climb, hence why I brushed it lots. Lift my own leg up. However, it's about this stage I realise this climb is never going to happen. Lots of route reading for this white today. I was fairly optimistic I was going to get it, as it's my sort of climb. However, today, it's not going to happen. I have since got a bit further on this climb, although I haven't quite finished it yet.
We had great fun trying out the climbs. I hope you enjoyed watching our experience. Why not check out our other climbing videos or even our motorhome videos?